Hello, welcome to this channel again. Today we'll see supervised image classification using machine learning, mainly supports vector machine classifier in ArcGIS. So let's start our activity. The first activity, as usual, is importing the data that's we use. So let's import the data. Click here. This one is composite sentinel of a specific area. Actually, I copied to specific location, and you can see the true color of a sentinel image, and you can change also to force color composite like this. So let's change this one to 3, and this one is the force color. And this help you to visualize which area is covered by a specific land use land cover. Actually, while supervised image classification, mainly for land use land cover, we may collect raw data from the field, so we can use that raw data as training data, or we may use self the image, or we may use some additional image that shows the specific property of the area. For example, in this exercise, I will use the image surface, and if you look at this area is the forest. Actually, I know it. And if you are not well familiar with image analysis, please you can also use Google Earth, so it could help you. For example, this area is the forest area. You can zoom and look at it, and this one is zoomed out, and look forest, and you can also check another area which is urban area. You can see this one is forest, this area is agricultural land, and here also some water body are there. One water body, another water body is also there down. So you can use both Google Earth data or survey data while preparing supervised image classification. In supervised image classification, mainly while using machine learning, we have to create training data. So let's start creating training data. And to create training data, click here and then activate image classification. So when you click on image classification, you can see this one, and you have to also click and activate the image that you are going to classify. Mainly if you have a row of image here, you have to select. In my case, I already have one image, and Sentinel-2 is already activated. And then let's start with creating training data for forest. So click here, then so one plugin is here, and you can edit this polygon by clicking on training sample manager, and you can edit this one as forest, and you can also change the color of training data. Let's make it green, and you can add more training data like this. Let's add one training data here, and two training data having the same property have to be merged. So we have to just select both training points and click here on merge training sample, and you better to select many training sample while using this supervised classification. Then let's create the training data for water body. Training data for water body. This one is water body. Actually, now that one. And if you are not familiar with Sentinel image, please try to use Google Earth so it can help you. Then let's make this one water body, and they merge both as water body, and change this color to this one. And then let's create training data for agricultural area. This area is agricultural area, And you can also look at another area, and this area is actually agricultural area. Yeah, the image that I downloaded is in October, and some part is actually harvested. That is why the image is having different reflection value. So let's make this one agricultural area. So let's make this one cropland. Then let's create training data for urban area. So let me make it urban, and change this color to red. And we can select more training sample here and merge. Good. We select training data. So here we have forest area, water body, cropland, and urban training data. Once we create the training data, we have to save it by clicking save training sample. So let's save this training sample. Image analysis, training data. So let's save this training data as training data shapefile. And we can close this one. And we can import our training data. Image analysis, training data, and add. So if we unclick this one is a training data that's prepared. Please try to prepare many training data as much as possible, because it increases the accuracy of prediction. Once we create training data, the next procedure is training the training data and the image that we have using the train support vector machine classifier. So we have to follow this path: arc tool, then spatial analysis. Under spatial analysis, we get segmentation in the classification. Under segmentation in the classification, you get here train supports vector machine classifier tool. So click here on train supports vector machine classifier, and here input raster is the image that we have, this one, Sentinel-2, and input training sample feature is the created training data that we create earlier. So I use training data, this one, and output classifier definition file shall be specified. So let's specify this one somewhere here. Train support vector machine. Then save. Additional input raster is optional, and maximum number of sample per class is also optional. For the time being, I prefer to use the default value as it is. Then okay, it's running. Training supports vector machine classifier is running. This may take times based on the machine. Yeah, this completed here. Then the next procedure is classifying an image using the training data. So click here on classifier raster, and the input raster is the image Sentinel-2, which is the image. Then input classifier definition is the train that we prepared using train support vector machine classifier. So let's import that value here, and that is saved here in CVM, and it's file with extension of ECD. Additional input raster is optional, and output classified raster, we have to navigate to a place where we want to save our data. So use land cover, that's prepressed using support vector machine. Yes, then okay. Executing classified raster, this may take time based on the capacity of your machine, as well as also the aerial coverage of an image. Be patient. The process is done now. So classifier raster is completed. So close this one, and this one is the classified map. Then select this one, and so this area is having forest land. Forest. This one is urban area. You can also check it's from the Google Earth. This one is the urban area, which is Addis Ababa, capital city of Ethiopia. And this one is forest, this one is forest, and this one is water body. Here also we have another water body around here. And this one is another water body. And this one is also another water body. And yeah, this interesting map. In next video, we will see how to use a random tree classifier to prepare land use land cover map for the same area, and later on we will compare the output of two results. Thank you for following me. If you are interested with this video, please don't forget to subscribe, follow, like, and share with your friends. Thank you.